I canceled the extended warranty I'd been paying on my brother's truck since he lost his license. The day he told his new girlfriend he always keeps his own stuff insured, it broke down under her 9 days later. So some context here. My brother Derek lost his license about 14 months ago. DUI, second one, so it was a hard suspension, 18 months, no restricted permit, nothing. He still had his truck, a 2019 F-150 he'd bought right before everything fell apart, and obviously he couldn't drive it anywhere, so the thing just sat in his driveway. He asked me to hold on to the warranty paperwork because he kept losing important stuff, and somewhere along the way I started just paying the monthly premium myself. It was like $62. I didn't make a big thing out of it. He was already dealing with a lot, and the truck was basically his only asset, and I didn't want it turning into a money pit for him when he got his license back. That went on for over a year. I'm not saying I'm a saint. Derek helped me out plenty when I was in a rough stretch a few years back, so it felt like the right thing to do. But I want to be clear that he never asked me to do it, I never told him I was doing it, and he never once mentioned it or said thank you because as far as he knew, he was just paying it automatically or it had lapsed or whatever. He genuinely did not know. He started dating someone in the fall. Her name's Cassidy, she works in property management, seems perfectly nice from what I've seen. They got serious fast. Derek called me in early December just to catch up, and somewhere in the middle of it he mentioned they'd been spending a lot of time at her place because she had more room. He said something about how she was letting him park the truck there while he figured out logistics. Fine. Then a couple weeks later my mom called me. She'd had dinner with Derek and Cassidy, and apparently at some point Derek was talking about responsibility, specifically in the context of Cassidy's ex, who by all accounts was a mess. And Derek said, I guess pretty confidently, I always keep my own stuff insured. I've never let that slip once in my life. My mom thought it was kind of funny and relayed it to me the same way. Like, isn't that classic Derek? She wasn't trying to start anything. I sat with that for a couple of days. Here's the thing, it's not even that he was lying to impress someone. I get that. People do that. It was the confidence. The total breezy confidence of a man who has genuinely never once wondered who was making sure his truck stayed covered. He believed it completely. He has always kept his own stuff insured. Not a flicker of doubt. So I went online and canceled the warranty. Not angry, not while I was emotional about it. I just thought, okay, if that's true, then he's got it handled and I'll stop paying $62 a month for something the guy doesn't even know exists. 9 days later, Cassidy's driving the truck to pick Derek up from work. Because she does that now, he's technically not supposed to be in the driver's seat until March, and the engine throws a fit. Something with the cooling system which, to be fair, had been showing early signs for a while. She pulls over on the bypass and calls Derek, who calls a mechanic, who gives him a number that made Derek call me 20 minutes later. Hey, do you still have the warranty info? I think there might be coverage for this. I told him I'd looked into it and the policy had lapsed. He was quiet for a second. When did it lapse? Recently. Another pause. How recently? I told him. He didn't say anything for long enough that I thought the call had dropped. Then, were you paying that? I said, yeah, I had been for a while. For how long? 14 months, I told him. He made this sound that wasn't quite a word. Then he said very quietly, I told Cassidy I always keep my own stuff insured. I know, I said. Mom mentioned it. He hasn't called me back since. Cassidy ended up covering the repair.